Yo, it is your boy Yakanime coming at you with another what if Goku and Vegeta were brothers. And before this video begins, I do want to say do join the Discord server, which is linked in the description. It is completely free. That's if the link works, because sometimes it bugs out. But join it. It's completely dead. No one talks on it. Maybe once in a while someone will try to bring the chat back to life. Also, make sure to go check the Meister Clan channel. I uploaded a few videos there, so I really appreciate it if you go check out those videos and like those videos. And without further ado, let us continue. Also, I'll make sure to upload videos.
I got your attention, spending that moolah. I'm a drop poppin', pocket swolla.
Last time Goku and Vegeta and Piccolo, with the help of Piccolo, were able to successfully kill Raditz, the biological brother of Goku. Vegeta actually was the only person who had known of this, whilst Goku did not. Vegeta would spill the beans that he knew for a long time, and Goku would be quite sad to this, that knowing that Vegeta is not his real brother. But they do have to worry about one thing, that Raditz, his dying last words was that the other Saiyans will arrive. And they did not did not understand what he meant by this, but the only thing that they know is that someone is coming to Earth, and they must train to become stronger. They would use a gravity machine to become incredibly strong, and would train there for a few months. And for Gohan and Trunks, in the story, Trunks is born a bit earlier due to Vegeta and Vegeta and Bulma being together. So yeah, make sure to watch the other parts to understand. They would also try to tune in and try to train. Trunks in the story is a bit older than Gohan instead of being younger, and so Trunks is kind of like the older brother to Gohan. You get the point, like the cool brother. So Trunks would train with Vegeta and Goku, whilst Gohan would also try his best to train with them. Gohan is the same age as he was. That's when Goku would have the idea to call Piccolo. He would tell Piccolo to try and train the two boys to kind of activate their Saiyan nature, since Gohan and Trunks technically didn't grow up the same way Vegeta and Goku did in the forest. So Piccolo simply grabs the two boys and leaves. Piccolo decides to go and train, takes them into a forest, pretty much into the middle of nowhere, and drops them on a mountain. Well, not on a mountain, like in a mountainous area, and just dips them in a lake and tells them that I will leave you here, you two must both survive. Gohan is quite sad at this and begins to cry, and Trunks, being a smug, just laughs it off and tells Gohan to calm down. Gohan calms down, and they begin to kind of adapt to what they have to do. They get attacked here and then, but are able to avoid it. Trunks is a bit stronger than Gohan, and he's able to withstand by himself, or withstand on his own. And here and then Gohan would get into quite a pickle, where Trunks would have to step in and save Gohan. And for Goku and Vegeta, Kami appears. Kami tells them that that he knows about the Saiyans arriving, and all that blah 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 stuff. And so, Kami gets the idea to take them to King Kai. To kind of train. And so, Kami would take them to Otherworld, where they would meet King Yama, and Kami would tell King Yama that this is the sake for Earth. King Yama would obviously oblige and allow them to go on to Snake Way, then the two brothers would begin their intense journey to King Kai's planet. It would take the same time as it took for Goku, but with Vegeta there, Goku doesn't have to be tricked by those snake ladies and fall down into hell. I don't. Will this video get demonetized if I say y'all hell? No, I'm irrelevant, you don't. And they would, the same time that Goku would arrive, but kinda a bit faster than normal. They would arrive and would be surprised to the weight of King Kai's planet and instantly be flattened. But they would kinda get used to it, since they have been in a gravity chamber they have trained in the gravity chamber for a long time. King Kai would be like, oh, so you are the guy that Kami had talked about. And they would begin training with King Kai. Obviously, they have to get used to walking around, but the way they obviously get used to it since of the gravity chamber thing. And they would be told to chase the insanely fast bug, I forget his name, and they would eat the fruit. They would spend their time there eating and training most of the time. That's when King Kai would teach them the Kaioken and the Spirit Bomb. So both brothers would learn the Kaioken, but Vegeta doesn't want to learn the Spirit Bomb, as he says that it's not kind of his attack, wasting time and getting other people's power when he can easily just use his own power. So Goku's the only one that would learn the Spirit Bomb. On Earth, Trunks and Gohan will slowly become very powerful. And for the Z Fighters, they are training doing the same training that Goku and Vegeta have been doing, training in the the gravity chamber, and getting far stronger than they were in canon. At this point, everyone is incredibly strong, at least stronger than they were in canon. Same goes for Vegeta. He's stronger than he was when he fought Goku in the canon story. And on their way to Earth, two Saiyans, Nappa and Broly. They successfully do arrive on Earth, and the other Z Fighters can sense this. Nappa decides to blow up an entire city, but he's instantly stopped by Broly, saying that our own goal is only to find the two Saiyans. And so they would be sent off. Broly in the story, being incredibly strong, would be trained under Frieza. Think of Broly from the original Broly movie, the first Broly movie. You know, if he would be that when he turned legendary Super Saiyan, a heartless monster, a demon in Team Volstar Restaurant. And this would obviously make, but they would still be the original Broly that we see in the Dragon Ball Super Broly, who's still in there. But it's kind of like a mix between them. You get the point. So they would go to the highest power levels, which is surprisingly Trunks and Gohan. But they currently do not know who Trunks and Gohan But they do see the tail that which is on Gohan, and they simply think this must be an offspring of one of the Saiyans. And a few minutes later, the Z Fighters appear, and they instantly realize that they are far stronger than they anticipated. Well, far stronger than Nappa, which pisses Nappa off. And Broly simply laughs and says, well, it's nothing compared to his own strength. And for Goku and Vegeta, they're currently heading back, ready to appear. King Kai obviously informed them that the Saiyans have arrived on Earth. And before the battle begins, Nappa decides to put the Cybermen in this story, but the Cybermen are clearly a breeze and instantly get defeated. One does latch on Yamcha, but instead Yamcha does survive, which impresses Nappa. And before the main battle begins, Goku and Vegeta arrive. Nappa decides to make a joke about bowing down to Vegeta, but Vegeta simply looks it off and decides to fire a beam at Nappa. And without any hesitation, he's instantly killed. Just like that. Nappa is instantly killed. This is Vegeta we're talking about. He won't feel any remorse. Goku would look at this and be incredibly angered by this, and would yell at him why he would just do that. And he says he was a nuisance, plus he was weak, but the other, he's strong. Broly would smile and simply say, so you can sense my strength, but let's see if you're as strong as I am, and would begin to attack Vegeta. Vegeta would smirk at this, saying, and the two would begin to fight, and their battle would be incredible. And mountains, trees, and things start to collapse, and this could be felt around a lot of cities around Earth. And Vegeta would stop and say, let's take this to another level, and would go into Kaioken, which would surprise Broly, and Vegeta would start to attack Broly. Broly is kind of being overwhelmed, but he's slowly beginning to catch on to Vegeta's Kaioken. That's when Goku would intervene and would help, and would kind of help Vegeta fight Broly. And this battle would be incredibly intense until Broly decides to power up a bit. And Broly's body begins to bulge, becoming incredibly strong. And this power resembles, well, Vegeta is the only one to realize this, resembles a lot of the Uzaru form. Broly has used it and kinda turned it into his base form. This is obviously the Ikari form. So the three would begin to continue the fight, and Broly would get the upper hand on both Kaioken, Goku, and Vegeta. And then the two boys would pick it up with going to Kaioken 2. Broly would get overwhelmed, but would easily catch up once again. Then they would skip 3 and go straight to 4, which they would be instantly warned by King Kai not to. King Kai would tell them that this is too dangerous and they could easily die. But they do not listen to what he has to say and go straight to Kaioken 5. And King Kai's like, oh no. The two boys begin to charge a Kamehameha and fire it at Broly. Broly tries to counteract it, but he's overwhelmed in the blast and gets defeated incredibly easily. Now, an unconscious Broly is just lying on the ground, and Vegeta laughs and tries to kill him with a blast, but is instantly intervened by Goku. Goku begins to say that Broly isn't like the other two Saiyans. He feels something different from inside of him. Vegeta laughs and tells Goku to get out of his way and charge his attack, but he's instantly stopped by King Kai. King Kai begins to say that Goku is right, so he's different from the other Saiyans. Vegeta stops his attack and says fine, and he takes off. Broly is then taken to the hospital where he's healed, and now has to wait for Senzu Beans to fully heal him. And I will be leaving this part here. I hope you did enjoy it. Sorry for not. It's been 6 months since I uploaded the part 2. This is crazy. And I do hope you guys enjoyed this What If. Like I said in the beginning, do join my Discord server. It is free. You can have fun, enjoy yourself there, and check out the Maisha clan. Subscribe and like, common YouTube stuff. So without further ado, peace out, guys.